The Medical Courier Connection podcast is brought to you by 7P Solutions. Improve and automate your operations, customer service, and compliance through real-time GPS solutions through 7P Solutions.
Hey everybody, Ken with Integrity Medical Courier Training.
We are providing on-site training in Roseville, Minnesota.
A man's digits turn blue due to too much cannabis use. Stole the hearse and dumped the body on the side of the road, still strapped to the gurney, and then continued on with their joyride. So, stay compliant, my friends. Get all your medical courier training needs from us at www.integritydelivers.com. Hey everybody, Ken with Integrity Medical Courier Training, Justin with Integrity Medical Courier Training, and last but not least, the master of the controls, Christopher with Integrity Medical Courier Training. Yeah, we are here in broken bodies, but strong in spirit. We are just coming down from a great experience at the ECA Marketplace in Orlando, Florida. I had been avoiding that venue for years because I thought it was just shippers and carriers. I thought, what does this have to do with us? We are a vendor. We are a medical courier training company. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I mean, this organization, so the way they work it out is they've got a computer program. Everybody fills out your own profile. Yeah, pour yourself a cold one there, Chris.
Sorry. Real quick.
Everybody fills out your own profile, and then based on what you put in the profile, they'll match you with prospective shippers and carriers. Now with the vendors, it's a little different. Basically, the carriers or courier companies that are interested in your services will request a meeting with you. We had 40 companies sign up to have a one-on-one, face-to-face meeting with us at our booth, and Chris has got some pictures of some of those meetings. But and you can go through those as you like, Chris. But we had 30 people that actually showed up. 30 people that actually showed up to our booth. Those are great numbers by any stretch of the imagination, you guys. In past conventions, and we've vendored at the Florida Messenger, the California Delivery Association, and we at multiple CLDA conventions, and those were all great. I'm not saying anything about that. In those formats, you kind of have to get out of your comfort zone and go rub shoulders with people and talk with them over dinner and give them a business card over dinner and a flyer and a hand sanitizer. And it gets kind of annoying because you're kind of forcing yourself on them. But it's either that or you go home and talk to your CFO and tell them why you don't have anything lined up. And so, yeah, there's some video of us walking into the venue. Wow, the Rosen Center was a great venue, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful spot.
Beautiful place, great accommodations. Everything was top notch. With the only the only fly in the ointment was some of the food. Now, I'm only going to mention this once, and then I'm never going to come back to it. Everybody in our party got sick, and we're not the only ones. But,
yeah.
Listen, it was a top shelf organization. My wife and I have hosted a convention 3 years in a row up in Denver, and you realize that it's not the fault of the organization.
Yeah.
You are taking a chance. You're setting up at that particular event, and then it is what it is. So. Again, glowing reviews to the ECA.
Yeah.
We got so much, so many great meetings out of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope we can definitely go back again next year because it was way beyond our expectations.
Yeah, it was a great spread. Food poisoning aside, it was great food, great time. I really liked how they had everybody out on the pool deck. And you were able to just kind of walk around and talk and network with everybody. And it was a really, obviously it's Florida, so it was beautiful outside. Mm-hmm. We came home to snow back in Colorado.
Yep.
So that was a stark difference there. But, it was a beautiful hotel, beautiful convention center. We had a great time and took advantage of the pool and everything. And it was really cool networking with people, though, and getting to see some familiar faces, some of our existing clients, and we're really looking forward to getting out to the next one, and hopefully some other conventions as well. Some of the other ones Ken listed, we'll definitely be planning on returning to those as our schedules and everything allow. But if you've been on the fence about going to a convention, I would highly suggest any of them, whether it's the CLDA, the ECA, Florida Messenger, any of those. They're all great, and it's a really good opportunity to kind of network and, be seen and get your name out there and just, be undeniable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Dayron Myers with the CBA Academy, Courier Business Academy, was there, and the first night I saw him and kind of picked him out. There's Dayron, and he was there representing his mentees. Now he's got, I don't know how many mentees he's got, probably hundreds.
Yeah.
But he was out there securing business on behalf of his membership group, and bringing it back, and people are already getting work. And so if you're an individual courier company, don't put a cap on your own possibilities. Get out there, get beyond your comfort zone. You got to spend a little money to make money. But the ECA, again, is a great way because they match carriers with shippers. You literally will come away from that organization having accounts so that you can go back to your hometown and grow your company business.
It was great to finally meet Dayron in person. He's a real nice guy. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Really nice guy. And there were several meetings like that where we had met up with people that clients of ours. Another gentleman, 24/7 delivery, Al Baptiste. 24/7 Enterprises. Again, it was funny. I was standing right next to him, and I didn't look at his badge to see who he was, and then I found out. We both had a good laugh about it. But
that's right.
But
our situational awareness was knocked out.
Well,
the whole thing.
You're so overwhelmed with so much visual input. All the stuff that's going on with the attendees and
the palm trees and the music and the food
and all of it. Yeah, I mean, it's
people everywhere.
I mean,
it's
yeah.
overwhelming.
Look at how many people. I got this video when we first got on the deck, just to get perspective on how many people were at
Ken
this thing.
chomping on food. That's always a good one there.
Yeah,
and that wasn't even nearly. I don't think. Everybody was there.
Yeah, that's not even everybody.
That maybe looks like 50 to 60% at the most.
Yeah.
Beautiful pool right behind us there, and food, and people everywhere, and man, it was a great time. And then after they shut the pool area down for the night, everybody moved inside to the bar. And
was this the first night reception, Chris?
Yeah, this was the new member.
The new member meeting.
Yeah, the very first day.
I think I was answering phone calls in the hotel room.
Yeah, Justin was up sequestered in the hotel room. So the big thing about conventions is that you've got to step outside your comfort zone. You've got to meet with people. That's how you build long-lasting relationships. That's how you get clients. I remember years ago, one of the very first CLDA events that I was speaking at, or vending at, I remember sitting at the table and just kind of sitting and waiting, and I looked down the row of other vendors, and there was another group there, another husband and wife, and they had a humble backdrop like mine, but you could tell they were just starting out, but they were sitting there looking at their phones.
Oh man.
And I thought, ooh, I was doing the same thing, and I said nope. And I, back at that time, I had the crooked eyes because my eye hadn't gotten the surgery yet.
Yep.
And I was, uncomfortable with a lot of things about myself. And I said, I don't care. I'm going to get up and I'm going to get out there and I'm going to meet people and let my personality do what it does, good or bad. Yeah. I am who I am.
Heck yeah.
And so that's what you have to do. Don't, if you're going to spend the money on these meetings, and they're not cheap. You could budget for it over the year, set money aside, but
you're investing in yourself and your company.
You're investing in yourself, and there will be return on investments, whether it is actual clients that you bring away from these events or whether it is that name recognition, getting yourself out there and making, Justin talked earlier on the ride up here about, trying to make yourself a household name. If you're not out there, people don't know that you exist. Now, integrity. I mean, we have trained over 600 hospitals, laboratories, and courier companies around the planet, literally. And so, while we're not a household name, we do have a lot of recognition, a lot of brand recognition, and that has helped us a lot. And so, we're going to continue, like Justin said, to get out there and get out to these conventions and really just put ourselves out there and remind people that, hey, we are still out here. We've been doing this now for about 20 years.
Yeah.
And work on getting one of those accordion style banner holders too. Those were sweet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, the displays, some of these guys had amazing displays with, backlighting or lighting inside that accordion setup where everything just literally came alive. And I also noticed that, some of these displays had flashing lights and twirling lights and stuff like that. I had told a certain person in our organization that I wanted to bring our cop light. We have a cop light, a red cop light, and that person said, no, that's cheesy. I think it would have gone over pretty well.
Yeah.
Everybody's just begging for people's attention. But again, at the ECA, you don't. See that twirling light in the background? That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And it gets your attention. You're like, whoa, what is that?
Yeah.
So,
the fishing lures from Ryder got my attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
Came back with a little crankbait that says Ryder on it. So.
Yeah, there were great
cool,
giveaways. These guys, I mean, some of these guys had just amazing setups. And other people, they had a TV and a regular backdrop, and it's, sit down, let's have a chat. Again, the point is that ECA brings people to you. And so you literally have a schedule where you see what time you have to be at the booth to meet with people.
Yeah.
And you get, you only get 13 minutes to ask the right questions, give them the answers, find out what their needs are, and to let them know that, how you're going to meet those needs.
Yeah.
And that seems to keep it moving a little bit.
Oh my
Definitely,
gosh.
We heard from a lot of people in the morning meeting, Chris and I did, that, they were, some of them really liked the 13 minutes. Some of them wanted maybe a couple more minutes, which they were talking about, maybe addressing. But for the most part, everybody seemed really happy with that 13 minutes because it kept things moving so that, you had enough time to get into, different details with potential clients, but then you also had, time to still see the next person, and people weren't going over and,
exactly
going over their time limits.
Yeah, there wasn't much overlap, and I think part of that was because of the food poisoning, but but it really helped a lot.
Well, there were some people. We did have, like I said, we had several people that were on the schedule that never made it to their meeting, and we could only speculate that they were otherwise indisposed.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite pictures that I took. I can't remember what the guy told you his clients were doing. It was something bad.
Oh, yeah.
That was the look that I
probably
got.
something that a courier did. He was telling a story of what one of their drivers did. And you're right. I don't remember the story either, because the thing about these conventions is you have 3 days of intensive meetings in your face, in your face, in your face, in your face. You can write down notes and all of that, but at the end of the day, your brain is basically mush.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just one of those things where there's only so much capacity you have to take stuff in. You wouldn't think that it's exhausting meeting people and talking to people about what you do. It is exhausting.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean,
Get that
100%.
caffeine in.
Oh my gosh. So.
But it was nice that they had kind of you were able to unwind at night, because every night they had people out on the pool deck. One night they had karaoke going, and then, like I said, everybody's hanging out at the bar afterwards. I mean, that place was roaring. You could hear it from down the hall, the bar in the hotel lobby, and they had sports up on the TV. But everyone was networking with each other, up till midnight or later, and just having a blast, enjoying each other's company. And, that's a cool thing about the courier industry is that, all these people are grassroots, they're networking with each other. They're not hoity-toity out of reach. I mean, I walked right up to the main board, and spoke to some people about things, and everyone's very open to, questions and talking with each other. I mean, that's literally the whole point of the entire thing, is to talk to people and network and have good human interaction, and I think that it provided that and more. So It was a great first experience. I mean, the only other convention I've been to was the one that you guys did years ago at the
Medical
Omni up in
Transportation
Denver.
Summit,
Yep, the Medical Transportation Summit.
Yep.
So this was my first, leaving the state for a convention, and hopefully not the
Oh
last.
yeah, it will definitely not be the last.
Yeah.
And live streaming technology has upgraded since then. Remember, we tried to live stream that, and
Yes, we
then
did.
we went live like 4 times here.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did, and that was so cool. Until you guys got food poisoning, and the last day, I was kind of winging it by myself. This is video of us giving away our deluxe medical courier training package to on-way transport. So I had to talk briefly about the convention, or my thoughts on it, and what the training was, and what we were giving away. And then they drew On-Way Transport LLC up in Michigan.
Yeah.
We just uploaded their manuals, and we'll be providing training for them
Nice.
soon.
But yeah,
that's
everyone that
really
came, put their card in that fishbowl, and then we just had someone randomly draw.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
so
actually
there's-
one of the ladies.
There's
Right
proof
there.
it wasn't rigged. If anybody's wondering,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we didn't do the drawing. ECA did.
Right.
And yeah, like Justin was saying, like they're very approachable.
Yeah.
That's one of the heads of ECA right there.
Yeah.
I don't remember what her position is, but yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they
when
were
I-
all very nice.
On day 3, when you guys fell ill, I emailed Madison Luciani, who's one of the key people here at the ECA, who has been dealing with us the whole time. And they were all of a sudden, I emailed her just to make her aware, and then lo and behold, they came to our booth right away and wanted to know more about it. And so again, having hosted a convention ourselves, actually 3 of them, having hosted 3 conventions ourselves, you understand that it's the venue. It's not the fault of the association that comes in.
Right.
And listen, there have been over the years outbreaks in these conventions, like the swine flu outbreak. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
And that, people got really, really sick. Even
Where was
some
that?
of them died.
Well, don't say the name, maybe, but
The swine flu outbreak, you can Google it.
That's
It was a big deal.
Yeah.
And so that's why, believe it or not, years ago when we started attending CLDA conventions, we brought those hand sanitizers that look like personal protection.
yeah.
And we were handing those out, throughout the whole event as well. And people laughed about it and they joked about it. It's a great visual and it's a great conversation starter. But honestly, it was provided so people could, they could, clean their hands, sanitize. And is this the flight home or the flight
No,
out?
that's the flight there.
That's the
I forgot
flight
to show
there.
that. Yeah, that's coming out of Denver.
Okay.
Look at all that brown, dead
Oh,
grass.
yeah.
Beautiful
Yep.
Colorado.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it was cool. I really enjoyed the every other aspect of the Rosen Center. I mean, there was a Walgreens right in the parking lot, so literally anything we needed, we were able to just walk out.
Yeah.
And it's nighttime and it's beautiful. It's like 80 degrees outside, and we walked over and got things that we needed at Walgreens, and there was a Denny's there, and then right down the street there was helicopter tours for $25 per person, which we didn't get to do this time.
Still can't believe we didn't
But
do it.
maybe at some point. But I mean, the location was amazing. Having it in Orlando, that was really cool. And I believe the next one is in Reno, Nevada.
Yep.
So that'll be fun. But man, it was definitely hard to come back to Colorado from beautiful Florida.
I know. Look at all that.
It was springtime weather there. Our my aunt who lives there and some buddies told us we got very lucky because normally by now it's blazing hot there and the humidity's out of control. But it was perfect. It was 70s and 80s the whole time we were there.
Yep.
Very low, or not low humidity, but mid range. So
Yeah.
just enough to quench our dry bodies from the. Colorado has 0% humidity for most of the year, so
Yep.
it was a great change of scenery and nice to just get out of here for a little bit and go network with people like we said, and beautiful place to have it at. And
Yeah, so we got to meet with other of our clients as well. We did not get to meet with Tony at Stick With Us. That was something we wanted to do when we were in Miami.
yeah,
So after the convention, we drove our rental down to Miami, and we met with Ed. That is Eddie and now his name escapes me because I'm
You got put on the spot.
still
Is that
breathless,
Baron?
brainless. That's Baron,
Baron
Messenger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's Eddie and his associate, whom I forgot. But we did stop to meet them and see them face to face, give them some flyers and stuff like that, just to say hi. And it was nice to talk and share some stories. We were going to meet with Dayron as well. That didn't actually pan out. But then, there's the
Pulling up to Baron, yeah.
outside of the building. Yep. Eddie Bermudez. So sooner or later it comes to me. Baron has been a client of ours for many, many years, and so it's always nice to put faces to the names and just say hi and
See where they're operating out of, and
get a little taste of what it is they're actually doing. And so we did that as well. We were going to meet with Tony at Stick With Us. Tony has sent us hundreds and hundreds of his followers and mentees to go through our automated program. So Tony Frith at Stick With Us Delivery, we were going to meet with him. That didn't pan out. We were disappointed on that one, but
we'll have to take another trip back to Miami.
Right, back to Miami. So we'll have to schedule that. And then we, like you said, we drove across Alligator Alley.
This is Miami.
Is this Tampa?
Miami.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was
More
heading to the
pictures
hotel.
of Miami, back to the hotel. Yeah, it wouldn't be a trip to Florida without a little vehicular damage, and that did happen. One of us who will go unnamed, we lost a mirror on the driver's side. But
yeah, if anyone in Florida is listening who has any control of this, your parking garages are all way too small, and they're made for Miatas and Mini Coopers, and we were driving a giant minivan. So let's open those parking spaces up maybe a little bit. It's 2024, and vehicles are only getting bigger.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of years ago, I was in Englewood, and this is a true story, and I'm going to fess up to it. Here we go.
Oh, you're good.
But I was under a little stress, and I was going to a property to pick up a bag full of tools for a relative. They were in an emergency situation, and I left the car in drive. It was parked on the gas, but I left it in drive and nearly ran myself over. I came really close to being on the Guinness Book of World Records for people that have run themselves over. That was me.
Yeah.
And not one of my finer moments in life, but that almost did happen.
Rest in peace to the shed that the Forerunner ran into.
Rest in peace to the shed and the vehicle that suffered damage, and it
always buy the extra insurance if you're going to rent a vehicle.
Oh my
Every
God.
single time. Don't mess around.
Don't be
just
cheap.
get it.
That's
Just
wisdom
do
right
it.
there. That's wisdom right there.
Something's going to happen. You're on vacation. You're out of your element. You're driving a car you're not familiar with.
Yeah.
You're tired. You're stressed.
3 hours into a different time zone.
Yep. Just buy the extra insurance.
It was like 6 a.m. in Colorado when that happened. That was
Yeah.
Well, that'll wake you right up. You didn't eat coffee after that happened. Then we were headed, and the pressure. Oh my gosh, that's the Hard Rock Casino,
Hollywood, Florida.
That place was
awesome.
Immense.
Yeah.
Immense.
Massive.
That was the night we were gonna meet up with Tony, but our schedules didn't link up. So we were sitting in Miami and hungry, and we started driving around trying to find somewhere to get. We were looking for crab legs.
Yep.
And ended up there, and that was a good
so
venue too.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The food at the Hard Rock Casino was amazing.
It was amazing.
Because
we had been to the Hard Rock in Denver. I protested. I did
Years
not want to
ago.
go. We had been to the Hard Rock in Denver years ago. Their food was awful. I mean, it was just hideous.
might be better by now. We don't know.
Whatever.
It was a long time
know
ago.
What? This
You
could be
never
the virtual Yelp. I don't care. It was what it was. But Hard Rock in Hollywood was off the chain.
Yeah.
Everything was so fresh and so good.
Yep.
And we may or may not have strolled through the casino. May or may not have dropped $1 or $2, and may or may not have come away with some change in our pockets. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'll go back. Right?
Yeah, that was a fun place.
Just got to make sure
Great
to go back
food.
on the same day of the week.
Server was super attentive.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a great venue.
Yeah.
So, do we have any pictures from the Inglewood?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see.
because we can jump ahead a little bit. Chris is going to show video in the casino. Okay.
There we go. So my buddies came out and they brought us fishing rods. Ken's sister actually lent us some fishing rods as well.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, my buddy Paul and his buddy Matt and Kenneth were, they were going crazy just providing all the gear and getting us set up to catch fish. You know, I told them my only goal for the leisurely part of our trip after all the business stuff was to get my son and my brother Chris here on some fish, and they did that almost immediately.
What are
Those are sail catfish.
Yeah.
Sail
So
cat?
we were catching those off the dock at the Airbnb.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're
Oh my
fighters,
gosh.
man. Like that, it doesn't look very big, but that felt like as big of a fish as like bigger than I've caught in Colorado.
Yeah,
They fight
they're
like crazy.
powerful.
And we actually later on in the night I caught a shark, but it came off.
Yep.
It bit the line off right in front of the dock there.
They had kayaks
Oh,
that they allowed us to use at the Airbnb, Walmart kayaks, but we're pedaling around in the bay there, pedaling shark baits out into the middle of the bay.
Yep.
Did you get any video of that, of paddling the baits
No.
out? No.
No, I don't
Oh
think so.
man, that was a little nerve wracking, but it was so fun, and we were just we were there and in the moment, not really thinking about the monster bull sharks that were in that water, right? That we caught some bull sharks, and they're swimming around in there, but we're paddling shark baits out to drop, farther than you can cast them with Walmart kayaks. It was a blast. That was
Yeah.
really cool that the Airbnb, allowed us to use those.
Yeah. The cool thing about Florida, I mean, look, Colorado's got great fishing, but you have to drive for a while to get there.
Yeah.
The thing about Florida, there's two things here. Number one, you put your bait in, and a lot of times you don't know what's coming up.
Yeah.
You just don't know. You can kind of get specific with some of the baits as to what they're hitting on.
Oh yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you get surprised. And the other thing, what is the other thing? Let's see, you don't know what you're coming up with.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, yeah, you can never tell with the fish, like, which ones are dangerous, because the cats, you can put your finger in their mouth. And then we caught some in the boat that had, like, fangs.
You caught speckled trout with
Yeah.
vampire teeth.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so you have to watch out for that. Their fins are dangerous.
Yeah.
They can strike you with those.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world when you're fishing in the ocean.
Yeah. It was a blast.
You got any pictures of that rental boat?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I have any of the boat, but I have video and
Of us
pictures.
on it? So here's the thing, and I just want to address this only briefly. We're so blessed. We had the opportunity to do some things that we don't normally do. This was all part of the business trip, but we rented a pontoon and went down the causeway all the way down to Boca Grande, and we found a sand dune, and we landed there and we did some
Sandbar.
exploring.
Yeah, sandbar.
What did I say?
Sand dune.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a sand
It was a
dune.
bar, yeah.
I still have jet lag, so yeah, it was a sandbar.
Yeah, we did.
But
I had no idea what you were talking. You kept saying you wanted to go to the sandbar and park the boat, and I'm like, what? I couldn't picture it because I'd never done that before. So
Yeah.
I'm like, what are we talking about here? What are we gonna do? And then it all became clear once we
Oh my gosh.
saw the sandbar. But
Now, that was high tide. We were there, right? Kind of.
yeah, tide was high, so some of it was underwater.
Underwater.
But people left camping chairs out on the sandbar for anybody to use.
Yeah.
So you basically drive the boat for about 45 minutes, and then park it on one of the several sandbars there, and you can get out and walk around. And we had reggae music blasting out of
Oh,
the
yeah.
boat speakers, and just enjoying the beautiful weather and dreading coming back to snow,
Which
which
it's
we
gonna
did.
be doing shortly. Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess the big deal about this is we're not really trying to flaunt this to anyone,
No.
but the thing is, you're a courier business owner. You have, and by the way, I got a phone call literally last week from a guy, and he said, I'm working as a courier, been doing this for a few years, and I work for other people that, we had a meeting with Coastal Concierge, going over some HIPAA there. But at the White Elephant, actually, one of our more favorite places to go.
Place is a
best.
tradition.
This guy called and he said, I want to be the guy that is taking vacations, and I want to be the guy that's fishing, and I want to be the guy with his feet up. And I didn't respond to him right away. And I said, well, here's what we do. We provide the training. But the reality is that no one tells you, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, that starting a courier business is hard work. It is hard work. We've owned and sold 2 medical courier companies over the years. We've been training for 20 years now, and we're finally at a point where we're able to kind of reach out and start doing some of these extra events. It doesn't happen overnight.
No.
How many years were we sitting in line at Walgreens doing pharmacy deliveries at 1 in the morning?
Oh, yeah.
Taking them to the rehab at the jail,
Those were terrifying,
yeah,
man.
We, in the worst part of town, we would have to sit, when I worked for the courier service and Chris worked for the courier service and Ken, and we would have to sit in line at Walgreens at 1 in the morning waiting for them to clear these medications for people who were in the rehab center, and then we would take them from Walgreens to the rehab center. And we had sketchy people coming up and knocking on the window asking for money and stuff while you're sitting there. And but I mean, the point is, we worked whenever we had to work. There was it was a family, it's always been a family operation, and it still is. But back when we were doing the actual deliveries before the training, it was hard work, and it still can be very hard work.
24/7. We were 24/7.
We went to the detox clinic one time, and I stayed in the car, but he got out, and there was a guy that they were bringing in, and he started to get fussy, and they tased him right in front of you.
Are you serious?
He dropped
I
right to the
don't
ground.
remember that.
Jeez.
I don't remember
I was
that.
terrified.
Chris
dude.
remembers the high points of things like that.
Yeah.
Like the time we were at a men's group on a Wednesday night, and I ticked off one of the members who stormed off swearing. That was one of the best things ever. Chris is like, this was the best night ever.
It was, oh man.
But,
memories that stick out in a kid's head.
yeah, but there were times when our company was 24/7. So with correctional health care, I was the one answering the phone at 3 in the morning. I was the one a lot of times that would hop in the car and drive off and do those deliveries or sleep in my car.
Yeah.
And those are some of the things that you may have to do to get where you need to be. We're working and collaborating with a lot of mentors out there. And one of the frustrations that some of them have is that some of their mentees are looking for that quick fix. I need it right now. I need to be rich and successful right now. I want to be like Tony, or I want to be like Sean in town, or I want to be like Dayron. And it just doesn't happen like that. Or the courier.
It does for some. Some people are doing it, but they're working their tail off.
Yeah.
Tony will tell you that. I mean, and he has said that in a few of his videos. It's all about how much you're willing to put in. And I mean, we have been through how many cars, as a family. We have, and we didn't have money to bring the cars to a mechanic and say, just fix it. We were out there in the middle of the night, tearing out radiators so that we could work the next day and putting in new ones that we got from the junkyard. We've it's been a grassroots thing from the beginning, and it still is. We just got a little bit more wiggle room now, and we're able to fit in, 3 days of leisure on this business trip, which was great.
I think that dovetails to a couple of things that need to be pointed out. When you're starting your courier business, count the cost. If you have bad credit and a car with 200,000 plus miles on it, this may not be your time. Okay, you may need to get things situated with your credit and your savings and your vehicle before you launch into this industry. I mean, look, people take our training. Like I said, most days we'll have between 40 and 50 people that come through our automated training, and we're doing live trainings all the time. But one thing we don't do is we don't promise success. People ask us, how much can I make in this business? There are influencers that will tell you you can make $1,000 a week, $2,000, $2,500,
$10,000.
We don't
you
do
can,
that.
you can, but it's all up to you. It's how much you're willing to work. I mean, the guys who are making those numbers are driving, across several states, taking loads back and forth, and they're
Working
taking
6,
the
7
risk,
days.
Probably taking an auto loan with crazy interest, and they're taking risks and they're working hard. And that's why we don't make promises when people, because I get that question every single day, several times a day, how much money can I make? And I'm like, it's different from city to city, and it's different from person to person. The possibilities are endless, and this is a market where people are always going to need healthcare. They're always going to need lab testing. So you got good job security there, but it's all up to how much you're willing to work and, how much time you're willing to put in. I mean, your friends might be out at the bar, having a blast, and you're going to be out doing deliveries or driving across the country. Are you willing to make that sacrifice?
How many holidays were we, watching other people enjoy family time and things like that together. We were working Christmas Eves and we were working New Year's Eves and all of that when other people were celebrating and partying. So there are the dues you have to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if your mindset is clear and you're fiercely determined, you're going to put in the hard work knowing that eventually it's going to pay off.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm excited, going back to putting things in and investing in your own company. Like we said, we plan on going to several more conventions as time and finances allow, because it's a great way to invest in your own company and invest in yourself. And that's just one of the many ways that you can, invest in yourself. I mean, there's advertising, there's, cold calling and sales. I mean, there's so many aspects of owning your own company. And I've never necessarily personally owned my own company. I've been an independent contractor, but I've watched you guys do it. And man, there's times that it's absolute hell on earth, and there's other times where, you get to go fishing.
Yeah.
So, and the hell on earth might be a lot more frequent than the fishing, but just keep at it and, network and reach out to the people that are successful and the ones that are mentoring, like Tony and like Dayron and all these guys. They're a wealth of information, and the Courier Chick, there's so many.
Courier Chick, Jimmy Jazz. We just recently signed an affiliate agreement with Six-Figure Rich, so Rich Journeys.
Yep, Rich Journeys
as well. So we've got a lot of people that are sending couriers to us to get trained, and it's an exciting time.
There's Ken answering calls from the van. Play that one again real quick. Yeah. He was answering calls as we're driving 4 hours across the state
down to Miami,
in Florida. Yeah,
this is right after we left the convention.
Internet cutting in and out, and
Using
so the grind doesn't
hotspot.
stop. Even though Ken is in a season of blessing from all of his hard work. We're still working around the clock. The phones are on. How late are you answering calls once I clock out?
Once you clock out, I'll go to the gym and I'll have the phones, and I'll get 2 or 3 in any random night of people that are asking, and I'll take them.
We had phone calls at 2 a.m. while we were on this trip, on this business trip.
And those go to voicemail, and we'll try and answer them as best we can. But some people think they're going to get a call center, in India or something.
Not
like
yet.
that.
Maybe one
Not
day.
yet.
Coming
We're
soon.
still grassroots for now.
So, what a great experience. And again, we'll look at Reno and see if that's something that we can plan for and budget for.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to get back to the CLDA again and set up shop there. There are a lot of clients that'll go to the CLDA that will not go to ECA and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's pros and cons for all of that. I mean, gosh, Florida Messengers, we'll blow through the summer, and planning for Florida Messenger is already going on.
Yeah.
They'll be in usually it's January, late January, early February, and so that's coming up really quick.
Yep.
And so whether or not we can make it to that one, I don't know. Now, we've got some dates coming up. I am actually flying out May 1st to go to Minneapolis to train with Map Transport. That's coming up soon. I'll be there for a week, and then we'll be in Columbus training for Best Courier. And so, we were able to meet with Interstate Courier as well. That was awesome.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yep. And so, Edward Pope. Nice to finally meet him face to face.
He's buff.
He was at the ECA as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Their company was. And so we're going to be in, like I said, we will be in Minnesota. We'll be in Columbus. We'll be back in Jacksonville, probably in June or July, some of the hottest months of the summer. But so we will be back to Florida this year. We also have some clients talking about bringing us out to California. So on-site training, that's a whole different bird. I'm riding with couriers. I'm assessing their performance. I'm training people in a large warehouse, that kind of stuff. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing people on site, meeting with as many people as we can. So lots of fun there. What about the issue? Is it time yet to don't look at my ear, really?
Sorry, I don't know why I did that.
You're gonna edit that, right?
Yeah, I'll edit
People
that
don't
out.
want to be seeing the inside of my ear.
I'll be zoomed in on you. Don't worry.
Okay, good deal. So thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, it was a great experience, and we were sad to leave, but you know, got to come back down and hold down the fort and hold down the company from our home base currently. So, but we'll definitely be getting out there, and if you're thinking about going to one of these conventions, you know, definitely try and make it happen. You know, you might be jet lagged, you'll be tired, but you're gonna have an awesome time. You're going to get to meet new people, new clients, make new connections, and you know, the fireside chats and stuff like that are super fun, and it's a really good time. So definitely recommend checking those out.
Absolutely. So let's take a couple of minutes and talk about another important topic. You can still cycle through pictures if you want. People might be interested in that. One of the other important issues is on TikTok, at least, we have people setting up fake accounts.
That's right. Yeah.
And these phonies, your mom actually had the name of that person. She got down to the name of the person that was
Oh, really?
was yeah. They have a handle.
It's posted on our
On
website.
TikTok. It is posted on our website.
On the front page.
integritydelivers.com,
Yeah.
Front page.
Nice.
But
we don't like people trying to rip off our clients and our customers. You know,
Right.
we
Yeah.
do this for ultimately the patient. The patient is our ultimate client as well as yours. And when we've got people ripping customers off in our name, you know, we're not going to stand for it. And we're going to do everything we can to shut that down. So TikTok has slapped the video down. We've tried to put a warning video up, and it's been slapped down several times for whatever reason.
right.
Maybe, you know, there was a keyword in there or something that they didn't like. We can't quite figure that out, but this is another way we're trying to let everybody know that, you know, Ken's never going to reach out to you directly. We let you guys come to us.
Yeah.
So
And we
we're not
certainly-
out there soliciting you guys.
Yeah. And we don't use Zelle.
No, we don't use
No, we don't
Zelle.
use-
We don't use
yeah.
any of that.
Zelle or PayPal.
Yeah.
We're not going to ask you for Cash App.
Yeah.
No.
We're not going to DM you in any way, shape, or form and ask or solicit for or sell our courses. And by the
Yeah.
way, here was the big difference on this one. I do not do mentorships.
Yeah.
I've made a clear decision that we're
Yeah.
not going to mentor people. Now, people that become our clients, the Deluxe Medical Career Training option, we walk with them and we'll help them and take phone calls and answer their emails. But we don't do mentorships per se. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have mentors that we refer people to every single day,
Right.
you
Yep.
know, so.
But these bad actors are trying to sell mentorship packages. They're trying to sell new program packages. Beware, you guys. Be be wise as wolves. Okay?
Yeah.
You have to beware.
Ken uses punctuation, and he's never said the word finna. That was in the
Finna?
Yeah, the guy who got scammed sent you the screenshots, and the dude didn't use any punctuation, no capitalization, and he said finna at least once.
Yeah.
So if he's talking
Okay.
like he's Gen Z, it's not Ken.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
That should be pretty
I'm a
obvious.
baby boomer,
Yeah.
and I try
Yeah.
and use proper English and grammar. But you just got to beware.
Yeah.
Buyer beware. You guys can go to our website, integritydelivers.com. You can find all the courses there that you need to partake in. And again, we will not direct message you. Will not solicit you. If you see me live, and by the way, some of the other things about that fake account, they had like 2,000 followers. We have over
Yeah.
7,200 followers. I don't know how they actually, fake number of followers, but be
Yeah.
sure you're following the right, medical career training on TikTok. There's only one, and that's me.
Yeah, and we use pinned videos at the top always.
Yep.
There
We'll
were
always-
no pinned videos on
Yeah.
that one, were there?
Yeah, no, the scam one doesn't use pinned videos.
Hopefully the scammers don't watch this podcast and take all these tips.
Right. They're
But
like, oh, okay.
yeah, change
Well,
it. If you've
Tony-
got a question about it, reach out to us.
Yeah.
Before you buy stuff.
Exactly. Call us before you
you can
buy.
call us. Our phone number's on the website. If you're unsure, you think you're dealing with someone, don't just send them a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Contact us first and make sure, because we don't want anybody getting ripped off. Ultimately, we're here to get you guys certified and get you trained properly so that you can protect your company and protect your patients and your clients. And that's our mission. We're here for the patients, to make sure that they get accurate lab testing. And
Yep.
and if people are losing tons of money to scammers, that's one less courier out there who can be doing deliveries and giving these patients the best care possible. So
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's the deal. So Tony at Stick With Us has over 20 fake accounts. Can you imagine?
People trying to pretend to be him.
People
Yep.
trying to pretend to
Yeah.
be him and selling, but soliciting people with courses. Hey, I got a new course. Buy this course.
Yeah.
And I don't know why TikTok is not clamping down much more aggressively. Tony is having a hard time, keeping track of that. And so all we can do is put out videos reminding people. Again, we're not gonna DM you. We are not gonna try and sell you something in a DM. If that happens, it's a scammer.
Yep.
Plain and simple. And like Justin said, we're here to give you the training and certification that you need so you can successfully grow your business. Be wise, be cunning, be discerning. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And again, if you have any questions, go on our website, reach out to us and contact us. We want you guys to be successful in this medical courier journey.
Yep. So that's about it.
Yeah.
It was a great trip.
Yeah.
And looking forward to the next one and seeing everybody out there. And like we said, if you're thinking about going to one of these conventions, do it. It's worth the time. It's worth the money.
Yeah.
It's worth the time change. It's worth all of it.
Yeah.
Jet lag.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Associations are
Poisoning.
well worth your time and investment.
Yep. Absolutely.
They are. And so, yep. And we've been doing this for years. So we've been training for 20 years. We started at CLDA back when it was the Messenger Courier Association, MCAA.
That's
and
right.
We spent thousands of dollars vending at those events, and that's how we really started to grow our brand. We've been vendors at the Florida Messenger several times. We've been vendors and speakers at the California Delivery. We've spoken at several CLDA events. Hope to do that again in the future. And so we love the industry. We've been in this industry for decades, and I hopefully we'll be here for decades to come, providing compliance and certification and the training that you guys need to grow your own business and your own brand.
Mm-hmm. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it. Find us on TikTok.
Yep.
Watch
Stay
out for the
posted.
scam account.
We'll have new podcasts coming out as the content drops. We don't want to give you guys meaningless content, so we're doing them as we have important things to talk about, important updates.
Yep.
And yeah,
we're still trying to get Tony on here. We're just working with scheduling. So
yep.
We'll have Tony on here soon.
Maybe we can fly out to Florida and do a podcast there.
Let's just pack the whole studio and bring it along.
I like it.
I have to offer a disclaimer. I don't think we can promise that we'll never do a meaningless podcast. I think we've got a few of those in the can.
It's objective,
in the tank. I think we got some, the idea for this was here it is. It's Friday. We try and do these recordings on Friday.
Yeah.
And I used to hang out with Jake at Dash Delivery in Minneapolis, and we'd get together on Friday and crack a beer and have a cigar and just laugh and then cry about some of the goofy things couriers did that week. And this is kind of a virtual meetup. We'll bring solid information. We've got some possibilities in the future of some great information that'll really help you build your business. But every once in a while, we'll throw up one where we just kind of sit and giggle and act like 4-year-olds. For the most part, we have a passion for the industry, and hopefully you guys can have takeaways that'll help you either laugh off some steam from a bad week or get some valuable information that'll help you tune up your company and get out there and take your market by storm. So
Well, and if you're a company owner out there who's got some crazy stories burning a hole in your pocket and you want to come on, we can maybe Zoom you in, do a Zoom call or something and get you on here. So reach out to Ken, ken.arnold@integritydelivers.com.
Absolutely.
Or on LinkedIn or wherever, let him know, hey, I'd like to be on the podcast with you guys. And like he said, keep it just like a bunch of guys chatting and, keep it courier, related to the courier field. And that's what we're here for. So I hope you guys are enjoying the content.
Yeah. So awesome.
That's a wrap.
Have a good weekend.
Heck yeah.
Everybody enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Get certified.
Yep.
IntegrityDelivers.com.
IntegrityDelivers.com. Get trained. Online English versions.
Hey everybody, Ken with Integrity Medical Courier Training.
We are providing on-site training in Roseville, Minnesota.
A man's digits turn blue due to too much cannabis use. Stole the hearse and dumped the body on the side of the road, still strapped to the gurney, and then continued on with their joyride. So stay compliant, my friends. Get all your medical courier training needs from us at www.integritydelivers.com.